So, hi dear students. So today I'm going to start your new message authentication algorithm. That is our hash-based message authentication code algorithm. This is basically our HMAC algorithm. So this is our last topic of this our algorithm. So in this algorithm, we need to follow some steps. So what are the steps are there? The first step is append 0 to the left and of k to create a b-bit string k plus. So we need to add some zeros to the left end of k. So what is k? Suppose this is our key. Okay, this is our key. So and we need to convert this k into k plus. Okay. So let's first of all let me discuss what is k, why we are using the secret key, because this HMAC basically depend on the secret key as well as the hash function. Okay, so as if you remember, if in our last class during the authentication we have discussed that message authentication code will be basically depend on this is our message and it is our key. So our authentication, during the message authentication code, we have to take key and the message. And in case of hash function, we are directly applying hash function on our message. So it is the combination of these two. This HMAC, this hash based message algorithm basically based on the message authentication as well as hash function. So both work we need to do. So basically we are combining both this concept over here. Okay, so now let's understand this one. So first of all, what we are doing, appending 0 to the left end of k to create a b-bit string. So what is k? K is our original key. So let's assume k is our the initial key that we have taken, k equal to 200. This is our secret key, and the size of key is that now we have taken 200 now, and b is, as you can see, b bit string we need to convert it, and b is 512 bits. Okay, so now what we have to do, we need to 512 minus 200 equal to 312. So these bits we need to append. Okay, so now what is the mean? Append 0 to the left end of k. If the k size is 200, then append 0 to the left hand of k to create a b-bit string k plus. So now what is the size of k plus? So ultimately what ये क्या कहना चाह रहा है कि आपको इसको k की size, if the size of k is 200, then we need to convert it into 512 bits here. Okay, so k is 200, now we need to convert into 512. So what we need to do, we need to append 312 bits. Now where, left or right? Let's see. Why we append at the left hand side? Suppose this is decimal number 3. Now what is the binary equivalent of 3 is 11. So okay, if we now append 0 to the left of this bit, now again it will be the same 3. If we append at the right hand side this 0 over here, so now it becomes 6. So ultimately what we want, if you append at the right hand side, then our value will be different. If you append the value to the left hand side of the string, then it will be same. That's why we are appending at the left hand side. So what we have to do, so initially we are having 200 bits. How many bits we need to add? 312. So this is the left part of this one. So these are the bits we need to append. So ultimately this size now become b bits, means 512 bits that we have assumed, that we have, now it is clear. These are 200 bits that we have originally taken the value of key, 312 bits now we need to append over here. So ultimately now it become 512 bits. So now read out this statement: append 0 to the left end of k to create b-bit string of k plus. So now our k plus will now become 512 bits. Okay, so now come here, this is our concept. So one thing that you have to keep in mind, what is the size of k? The size of k is greater than 0 and less than and equal to b. If it is less than, if the size of k is less than b, so what is in our last case, what was the size of b? 512. We have taken, what is the size of k? 200. So we need to, in that case, if k is less than b, in that case we need to append some bit to the left hand side. If k equal to b, in that case what we have to do, If k equal to b, in that case we no need to do anything. Okay. So now this concept is clear. Now this is our k plus, means 512 bits. This one is iPad. This is the new thing. What is iPad? So iPad is over here. It is a string that we have taken, predefined string, or you can say it is a constant value, that is 0011011. It is a sequence of this binary bits that we need to take. Now how many bits are there total? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 bits are there. So now what we have to do, these are the 8 bits we are having, but you can see here what is the size of k plus? 512. Earlier we have taken 200, so we have converted 200 into 512. So now what's the size of the k plus is 512. But now iPad is 8 bits are there. Now we are applying the XOR gate, and I told you if you are going for the XOR operation, then both AND should be must be equal size. So here is the 8 bits. So now how many bits we need to take? How many bits we need to collect? We need to take it over here 512. So 512 bits are needed. So what we have to do, iPad 8 bits we are taking. So what we are going to do, b, what is size of b? 512. So sorry, we are doing b divided by 8 times that much bit we need to create. So these bit, so let's understand this one. 8 bits are there. So what is the size of b? 512 that we have taken earlier. So 512 divided by 8 means 64. So 64 times we need to take the same sequence. Okay. So 64 multiply by 8, it become 512. Again I am telling you, आपको क्या करना है? These are the 8 bits that we have taken. So इसको कितनी बार आपको repeat करना है? 512 b by 8 times. So what is the size of the b? 512. 512 divided by 8 equal to now 64. 64 times you have to repeat the same sequence. So it will also become 512. Okay. So in this case, so in this way we can convert 8 bit into 512 bits. Now we simply apply XOR gate, and now we get the value of S1. So this is some string that we got here. Now see, this is our message. This is our message M, or inside our message there are n blocks are there, x0, x1, x22, xn minus 1, and the size of each block is n bits. Oh sorry, size of each block is b bits. So I have written here b bits, b bits, b bits, b bits. So what is this? Is our message, and in the inside our message there are n blocks are there, and the size of each block is b bits. Clear? So now, so the S1 value we have generated by applying the XOR between the secret key and iPad. Now we are taking the whole values and we are applying the hash algorithm. What are the hash algorithm? In the last class we have seen SHA1 algorithm, and previous algorithm, previous day I have discussed SHA1 5 and 2 algorithm. So in hash, during the hashing, you can choose any algorithm, SHA1 or SHA 5 and 2 algorithm. It's up to you. Okay. So during the hash algorithm, as we have seen, as we have discussed, the initialization vector we are taking as a buffer A, B, C, D, E that we have taken. The size of this one is n bits. If the size of this input is n, then definitely output of this will be the n bits. Keep in mind. So now we are taking this value. So what we have applied, we have applied the hash function. And what kind of value we have taken? M. This is our message, and this is our prepended S1 value. So we have applied the HMAC over here. The hash algorithm we have applied. After that, what we are going to do here, then let's understand this one. The k plus value already we have generated. Now OPAD. OPAD is also similarly the same concept like iPad. OPAD is over here. So this is again the 8 bits are there. Now we need to repeat this bit how many times? B by 8. What is the B? 512 divided by 8. So that much time we need to repeat this bits. So it will become the size of 512. Because we are applying the XOR gate, if the bits are not same, then we cannot apply the XOR, because already we know that the size of k plus is 512 bits. So now 512, now we will apply XOR gate between k plus and OPAD, and finally we will get S0. Okay, now we will add whatever the value is coming from here. As you can see, this value we will pad over here. So how many bits are there? Here n bits, and here b bits are here. Now this is our message which contain the hash of message and S1. So this value we will append here. Now again we will apply the hash code over here. So to apply the hash code, we need to take the initialization vector. So initialization vector, we have taken the size of this one is n, then definitely output will be of n bits. So in this way, this will be our final HMAC. So this HMAC will contain some message information and key. This is our secret key. Okay. So this is our HMAC algorithm. The twice we have applied our HMAC algorithm. So in this HMAC algorithm, as you have seen, that initially we have taken our key. If the key size is less than a string of b bits, then we have append some bit on the left hand side. After that it will be fine. Then apply XOR between k plus n IPAD, and we have generated this sequence. And then we are taking this one and we are applying the hash algorithm over here. Then output will be appended over here, and the same things that we have applied in case this, the same thing we will repeat here. Instead of IPAD, we will take OPAD sequence, and then again whatever the output will come, we will apply the hash algorithm over there, and we can calculate our HMAC value over here. So this is the working principle of HMAC algorithm. Okay, so at the sender side, the sender will apply the same algorithm and it will send to the receiver, and the receiver will receive the same the receiver will receive this message or this information from the network, which contain some message some message, as well as inside the message some HMAC values also it also contain. So when it will receive this information, then it will apply the same algorithm, and again it will calculate the HMAC, and it will compare both these value. If it is coming same, then he can say the sender is a authentic sender or valid sender. If it is not, if the calculated HMAC and the sender HMAC it is different, along with secret key, that you have to keep in mind. Along with the secret key, if it is different, then you can say that something has changed some values. Okay, thank you.